Thank you, Mr. President. I think this resolution is both timely and well made by my friend, the senator from Harlan. Like many of those in this chamber, I have watched with just utter dismay as we have seen the activities at the southern border with drugs, with human trafficking, with untold sufferings being caused by the actions of the current President of the United States and his Homeland Security Secretary, Alejandro Mayorkas. You know, I look every day and I think Joe Biden is three things. He's an accessory to human trafficking in chief. He's the accessory to drug dealing in chief. One thing he doesn't act like as a commander-in-chief protecting the borders of the United States. The man has completely abrogated his responsibilities in the defense of our homeland, such that hundreds of people on the terrorist watch list have been found coming over the southern border because Joe Biden really just doesn't care. And he may say he cares, but, you know, his actions speak a lot louder than words, Mr. President. Within 48 hours of being elected President of the United States, or being inaugurated as President of the United States in 2021, Joe Biden went to work dismantling all security measures on the southern border of the United States. Since that time, we have had nearly 6.5 million people flood into our country. These people have cost our social security systems untold billions of dollars in both housing them as they have been bussed and then flown in the middle of the night throughout the United States of America without any consent of the state legislatures or the citizenry as a whole. When polling is done on this subject, a full 80% of Americans disapprove of what is occurring on the southern border, and yet our commander-in-chief, who has all the powers in the world, does absolutely nothing except to exacerbate the problem. I am not without sympathy for those that want to come here and have a better life, but there is an orderly process that has been put in place. Yes, we are a nation of immigrants, but with every wave of immigration, there has always been a pause to allow folks who have come into this country legally to integrate and assimilate into the United States of America. Under this president, the only thing we have had is an unremitting wave of misery that comes over our southern border. There are children starving, there are children being sex trafficked, and yet all of this is occurring with the tacit approval of the President of the United States. Mr. President, the governor of Texas has basically taken a heroic measure in the defense of his state from invasion by foreigners. These illegal aliens have crossed the border without any right or privilege, oftentimes with the intent of bringing harm and illegal substances into the United States of America. Sure, there are some good people in this group, but at the same time, for good people, there's an orderly process, and yet that process is being totally ignored. I'm all for legal immigration. Legal immigration is a good thing, especially when they come to this country and add to what the good things that are happening here. But what we've seen with this unremitting wave of illegal alien migration is them bringing their problems from around the world here to our shores. And it's just not right. I've watched on the news as angel moms and angel fathers have told the stories of murders occurring at people that should not be here, of MS-13, of many gangs that have taken over the drug trade, even in Louisville. Most of the drugs coming into Louisville are as a result of fentanyl and other substances being brought over the southern border, right here in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. So no, this does not only affect Texas. Texas is merely at the epicenter of the crisis that is going on. I call upon our governor, Governor Beshear, who claims he wants to protect all Kentuckians, to send troops, to send our guard, to send our help to the southern border, to allow Texas to stop this unremitting invasion of its state. Texas Governor Abbott's actions are well within his authority under Article 10, subsection 3 of the United States Constitution, which allows a state to protect itself from invasion, which is exactly what's going on. You know, they often say that history may not repeat itself, but it does rhyme. And I'm a great student of history, and I think back to ancient Rome, at which time the folks from Germania eventually started to come over and settle within the empire, and within 400 years, Suddenly they didn't have a country anymore. And that's exactly what's going on right here, right now. As previously said by certain people in the political arena, either you have a country or you don't. And right now, due to the actions of the President of the United States, we don't even have a country that's respected in the world. That's why we have all these people invading, because they don't respect him, because they know he's weak and they know that he's a pushover, and that's exactly what's occurring. So I want to thank the senator from Harlan for bringing this resolution, and I would urge all members to vote in favor.